Hey y'all, welcome and welcome back to my channel. It's me, KiaSimone. Let's get into these last two episodes of Married to the Mafia in Medicine because I don't know what the hell they got going on. Between the break-ins and it's a hit on this one and who staged this and it's an insurance scam. I said, what in the organized crime hell do y'all have going on? But let's just get into it. Before we do, please be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you have not already. And, of course, I have to take a moment to shout out my super thanksters. Thank you so much to Yvette Greer, Tech Mama, Tanya Fuller, and Miss Allison J.D. Thank y'all so much. Now, let's go ahead and get into it. So episode 12 opens up with Anila and Kieran at home after their break-in, and they're talking to their kids about everything that has happened and trying to reassure them that the house is safe. They've outfitted the house with a bunch of cameras that live stream constantly, and they're assessing the damage. And we go into her closet and see that the people's done stole everything. I don't know what all she lost, and I don't know if it's real jewelry or costume jewelry, but child, when you got an outfit planned, it hurts the same way. Kieran tries to comfort her by telling her that as much as it hurts him to say it, we can always fill this back up. And that's probably what insurance is gonna be for. We move on to Dr. Jackie's office where we see that she has hired a new doctor, a new black female OBGYN to her practice. And she welcomes her to the field with a Gucci bag. I said, well, that's a hell of a hiring bonus. I never had that kind of job. Then we move on to see Toya and Eugene heading out to the store with their son, Ashton. They're going shopping for his upcoming birthday party where he is going to have a dinner party for all his friends. He likes to cook like his daddy and he wants to show off all his skills. So they're going to get some groceries so him and his daddy, Chef Boyard Eugene, can impress his friends. Well, on the way, Eugene announces that he has a new job. He's going to be an oncology urgent care specialist. His son said that's a whole lot of big words for an adult like you. Toya says she don't give a damn about the big words as long as he got a big check and this big schedule change that comes with it. Because this change is going to free Eugene up from working nights and weekends like he has been doing for years. And the thing Toya is most excited about is the possibility of being touched by her husband at night. I guess it's the small things that count. Now they get in the store and the baby asked the butcher for the Wagyu beef, that real expensive beef that I ain't even sure I'm pronouncing correctly, this baby got his taste from Toya and his talent from Eugene. Now they just happen to be out of that, so they got some other good shit, but not as expensive as that. We move on and see that Cecil and Simone are having their regular meeting about their book that they're writing, and they're FaceTiming with Omarosa. Well, Omarosa told them that I read what y'all sent me, but the biggest missing component from this whole book is what had y'all on the brink of divorce. All these other stories are real nice, but that's where people need the help. Why were y'all about to get divorced? Simone don't want to talk about it. Simone said it's just really painful and she doesn't want to rehash it. And Cecil said he doesn't mind rehashing it. They can talk about it in complete transparent detail. He don't give a damn. Simone said that's what you think. You think you don't give a damn. But if I get to writing, if I get to putting pen to paper about how I felt about you at that time, I'm going to hurt your damn feelings. So I don't know if we should be talking about that. And of course they flash back and show us the issue that Simone and Cecil had a couple seasons ago of Cecil having this female golf buddy that was a major problem in their marriage. And Simone was about ready to let Cecil go if Cecil didn't let this girlfriend go. Now, they say they were just friends and this lady just happened to be overbearing and didn't respect boundaries, but this is giving that she might have been more than a friend. Omarosa said, y'all have to be willing to talk about it. Nobody wants to buy a book of highlight reels from your life about your marriage. No, that nobody wants that. We need to know how to make it through the difficult moments. So that one time that y'all was damn near signing the papers, we need to know what took y'all there and what brought y'all back. And Simone said, well, I don't know what to tell you because I ain't going there. Well, you're right. You don't know what to tell us. You're not at a place where you have healed enough from whatever issue you had in your marriage to be able to have a discussion about those issues. So if you can't have a discussion about the issue, how do you provide instruction about the issue? You haven't worked your way through it to be able to guide somebody else through it. You're not through it yet. And Omarosa said, look, from what I'm hearing, I'ma just tell y'all, this book might not be the safest idea, okay? Because if y'all are this against discussing the real issues of your marriage, I would hate to see y'all fall apart trying to put 2 or 3 chapters together, because this looks pretty bad. Cecil said, yeah, right about now, he realizes it's to hell with the book and hello to the counselor. They need to get back into counseling, and you right about that. And Simone is so against discussing the issues that she said if they have to forego doing this book, then they just have to forego doing this book. It is what it is. We move on to see Dr. Jackie clocking out of work in the daylight. And she goes home to celebrate it because it's a whole moment that she is off work before the sun is. She may not be in the office as much, but she will still be working because she listed about 5 companies and collaborations that she's working on. But she does intend to spend more time with her husband now. So Curtis, whatever life you've been living, that time is about up. We move on to see Toya and Eugene setting up for their son's birthday party. And as they're prepping everything, Toya gets the news that the little girl that their son has this really big crush on is not going to be able to make it because she had a positive antigen test. Toya's trying to figure out how to break it to her son. And he comes downstairs cool, calm, and collected. And as she kind of weaves it in that, yeah, your little girlfriend ain't going to be able to make it, he had to let her know she ain't no damn TMZ. You ain't breaking no news to me. That's my friend. You think I didn't know before you? She been told me. I already swung at the air in my room. I already been through that. But all the rest of his friends are able to make it, and I absolutely loved his party. It was so adorable and age appropriate. He greeted all of the young ladies with a red rose, and Toya and Eugene, where the service team brought out all the food that he prepared for his friends. It was just so nice. And you can see Toya is really just in her element in the moment. Like, she just looks so happy being a mom and hosting, and she just looked happy and in her element. It was sweet. So then we move on to see Dr. Jackie and Quad go by Dr. Heavenly's house to check on her because her mom just passed. They go by to visit and talk with her, and she lets them know that her mom's dying wish to her was for her and her sister to get along because they never really have. So Heavenly is really trying to gather herself for how to approach that reconciliation, and said that she actually ran into a prophetess shortly after her mom passed that picked up from her that someone really close to her had passed, and prior to their passing had a problem with their legs. And she said she told her that it was her mom that had passed away, and the prophetess told her that her mom wants her to know that she's dancing and she has no more pain. So that seems to have brought Heavenly some comfort. But her sister said she had her own encounter. She feels like her house is haunted since her mom's passing. She sees things moving and happening all the time by themselves. And Quad over there being shady, but yeah, I think her house might be haunted with the spirit of I want a new house. Quad, stay your ass out that sibling stuff, okay? Stay out them sibling fights, all right? That's her sister to talk about. She might talk about her, but you bet not. She might be beefing with her right now, and y'all talking that shit. But as soon as they make up and get back together, they might jump your ass. So, mind your business. Then we move on to Dr. Jackie's house, where she is throwing an appreciation party for all of the crew for supporting her with a vaccine drive that she did. Well, they get there and everybody is shading everybody by who bring their husbands a plate, because you know Heavenly brought Daddy his plate. Simone said, we is 50-50 in my house. Everybody got educations and jobs around there, so you get your own damn plate. And Toya, Eugene, you got me? They said gender roles is not an issue in their house. They got a service kink around there. Eugene always serving his wife. So everybody shows up except Anila and Kieran. And Jackie decides to FaceTime Anila in front of the group and check on her and see how she's doing. And she talks about how traumatized she is by the recent events. And Contessa, Y'all know Contessa turned that military shit on in a heartbeat. Contessa said, fuck your feelings. Make it make sense to me. Don't y'all have a bunch of cameras in y'all house? The cameras ain't caught nothing. Anila said, well, we do, but we didn't have them on at the time. And, it's a really big learning lesson. So y'all got cameras in the multi-million-dollar house. And y'all don't turn the cameras on when y'all are out in Atlanta where there have been a rash of break-ins. But you got them on when y'all in the house. Contessa said, are there a lot of break-ins in y'all's neighborhood? Toya said, no. Anila said, no, we were definitely targeted. We were absolutely targeted. Quad said, there's the first clue. Targeted is the right answer. They were absolutely targeted. And the confessional, Contessa said, targeted for what? Who the hell is targeting Anila? What does Anila have that they are targeting her? Because I never seen her with nothing that made me go, oh, I wish I had that. Dr. Simone said, well, ain't Anila a fashion blogger? I never knew being a fashion blogger was this damn dangerous. Toya said, a girl got 70 damn followers. Who trying to rob her? Don't do that, Toya. Don't do that. Because one time I only had 70 subscribers and I was real happy for that, okay? The general consensus among the ladies is they pretty much got questions and don't believe the story. Something in the milk ain't clean. And Quad said, well, Carrie said that there was a hit out on Anila in the neighborhood. Well, who in the HOA mafia did she piss off, Quad? What? Contessa said, but who the hell is worried about Anila like that? And how would Carrie know? Who told her about the damn hit? So everybody starts hinting at, this sounds like an inside job. This sounds like either Anila was in on it or somebody she got beef with, Toya, was in on it. Somebody got some inside information somewhere. Toya said, well, I had a party the same day that this break-in happened. My party started at 1 in the afternoon, went to 1 in the morning, and nobody saw the Hamburglar out. Toya said, well, is it possible that she's a liar? Is that a possibility? Quad piped up and said, well, people lie every day. I mean, you a liar. Does that mean that you had your house broken into? I thought, well, Toya said, nah, but I heard you been going around lying on my family. I said, what in the mob table talk hell? Now, in her face, Quad said, I ain't said nothing about your family. Now, in the confessional, Quad said, well, everybody and their mama done said Toya been cheating on Eugene. I mean, this is a common rumor. When Quad denied it, Toya said, I'm just telling you what Heavenly told me. Because all y'all can get up under this bus today. Heavenly about lost it. Keep my name out y'all bullshit. See, it's a lot of rumors out there about your shit. But I'm not the one putting them out there. Don't put my name in that. Heavenly said she ain't worried about nobody, man, but her own. Her mama just passed, and you bitches is pissing me off. So, y'all can kiss my ass and climb a tree. Well, that's a new one on me. And damn near walked into the door trying to make a dramatic exit. I said, well, damn, she about tore Jackie expensive ass door up. She finally figured out how to get the hell out and went out stomping and yelling for daddy to let's go. Damon just tired and shamed. Damon said, I'm tired of this. Heavenly screaming about my man got a big dick. Everybody just is confused about why in the hell would she announce that? And what is we supposed to do with that information? Basically, them low peen issues is a Toya and Eugene problem. That's where all them cheating rumors is coming from. All that you like to run around saying about your husband and how unhappy you is. So don't put me in that. Damon trying to take the walk of shame and get Heavenly to the car. Quad and Contessa go outside to check on Heavenly. And they pull Heavenly and Toya aside and explain to the both of them that Heavenly just lost her mom. And so she's going through a lot. And her reaction is understandable. Toya said, look, Heavenly had one of them spoons that was stirring the pot that had that rumor about me and my marriage in it. So I ain't got too much sympathy for anybody that's posing a threat to my marriage. So I understand that she's going through a loss, and I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm going to defend my marriage at all costs. And so that episode ends with Simone pulling Toya aside and asking her to put her feelings aside for the moment because it's a major, major life change for Heavenly. Let's just allow her the space to go through what she's going through. And Toya explains that she's actually more disappointed in the group, that they basically leave her to defend herself by herself because they figure that she's strong enough. And even though they know that Heavenly is wrong, sometimes they won't step up and say it. Episode 13 opens up with Quad going by Anila's house, where now Anila got the damn cameras turned on. Quad went to Anila's house with a bag of bones and a jug of tea. She ain't there for nothing but the mess, okay? Girl, let me tell you everything they said when you wasn't there. So she starts out telling her how disappointed she was in the ladies at how they handled her on that FaceTime call. Yeah, Contessa was just interrogating you, and Simone was laughing, and Toya was calling you a liar, and Anila is just shocked and more shocked. What do you mean? What do you mean they were laughing and calling me a liar? And Quad just opened up the whole bag of bones. I'ma just dump all the bones I brought. Girl, basically the consensus is they think you set your own robbery up. You ain't nobody robbed you. You robbed your damn self. This is a scheme. Quad said what I really think is Toya just trying to shift that cheating narrative. She's trying to get that heat up off of her. And so she's trying to shift it over to you. So she gonna say you over here with your organized crime while she over there with somebody else man. That's what's going on. I said, now why does Quad have it out for Toya? It must have gotten back to her that Toya was over there telling them that she was sleeping with the contractor. Because what in the hell? We move on to Simone and Cecil going to Jackie and Curtis's house, where they're going to catch up after this whole event. And they're planning a couples trip for all of the couples to come together and try to mend their issues. And back at Anila's house, Miss Gomez is back. Well, I'll be damned. Apparently, they gave her a bigger salary and let her move in. Yeah. Miss Gomez said, if y'all want me back, y'all gonna increase my salary and eliminate my overhead. I'm not about to play with y'all. Anila said Miss Gomez handled all her personal issues back home. And, she just really loved their family and she decided to come back. Girl, just say you call that lady and beg with a blank check. So then we move on to see Contessa compete and win in her first fitness competition. And it's a really big deal because she is a 45-year-old first-time competitor who beat out 18 and up year old women. You better. Scott, her kids, and her dad all come to support her as the hot doc crew. And when she wins and they all go backstage to celebrate her, I ain't gonna be messy and say the trainer had looked like he didn't want to get out the way. Scott said, that's all right. I don't give a damn what you think you got going on. You can go and step back, brother. You ain't all your muscles. Go ahead and move. You won't out support me. You ain't gonna be a bigger cheerleader for my wife than me. He came and hugged his wife and told her how proud he was. And Contessa said this is a 180 from where they were a year ago. And she feels like their marriage is in a much, much better place than it was. So we move on and see everybody packing and getting ready for the Blue Ridge trip. And Quad FaceTimes Audra to ask her if she's excited about the trip and how she feels about seeing Toya for the first time after Toya attacked her. Quad, just say Toya is the ops because you out to take Toya down by any means necessary. I had my good contacts in when I watched that whole thing go down. And Audra violated Toya's space. Audra pushed up on Toya and had to get pushed back. So what the hell is you talking about, Quad? What the hell is you talking about? What mission are you on? Eugene asked Toya what she expects to get out of the trip, and her two expectations are, one, that Jackie is going to tell Audra that is not how this group gets down, and she wants Anila to take accountability for putting this rumor out in the group that she's cheating on her husband. Damon is home packing with Heavenly, and his one request is that you please leave your mouth at home. And Kieran and Anila are home getting ready, and Kieran says he is just so offended by the insinuation that they would stage this break-in and there's going to be a reckoning at Blue Ridge. So we get to the Blue Ridge cabins and Cecil and Simone and Curtis and Jackie arrive first. Eugene and Toya arrive shortly after, and Toya clearly has her guard up and a bag full of fight energy. So Simone and Jackie go to sit her down and disarm her. Girl, listen, we could tell you came here with Vaseline in your bag. And honey, that ain't what this weekend is about, okay? We gonna need you to bottle that up and bind it up. Gonna send that on somewhere now. Toya said she had already talked to her first lady about it. They was already working on this, so she's already committed to trying to have a good weekend. She ain't gonna let nobody drag her to jail or to hell. And sure enough, as Eugene is preparing dinner for everybody, her test arrives. Heavenly, Audra, and Martin show up. Audra and Martin show up in champion sweatsuits as a big cute to Toya. Toya gave it enough time for everybody to go and get out the living room. And after she heard all the commotion, she came out and said, oh, what's going on? Eugene and Cecil tell her, we had some people arrive. Some people you might not be getting along with. And Toya fixes her a drink and a plate and prepares to pretend that these people do not exist. Well, before she can settle into that good, Heavenly comes upstairs and sits down to talk to Toya. And she starts by immediately apologizing for going off on Toya. And she tells her, that she just hasn't felt like herself. She's been crying a lot lately, and that's just not like her. And Toya said, well, Heavenly, your mama just passed, baby. So it's understandable that you've been crying a lot lately. It actually makes sense. And Heavenly says, regardless of what I'm going through, how I went off on you wasn't right. And I want to take accountability and apologize for that. And, Heavenly does a whole lot of stuff. And Heavenly be with the antics and the bullshit all the time. But I think the fact that Heavenly could be going through something as deep and dark as losing her mom and still have the consideration for the friendship with Toya to go and make it right and say, I apologize, please forgive me, regardless of what I'm going through. I think it speaks volumes about who Heavenly really is underneath all of the antics that we see. And Toya was even very moved. Toya was moved to tears. She fought back tears while she was telling Heavenly that, listen, it's okay. I understand. Because Toya said, if you can't have compassion for someone losing their mama, something is really damn wrong with you. Audra and Martin are joining the group fresh off their wedding. They had their 3-day ceremony that looked like it was a really beautiful ceremony. They are back with the group and taking a pregnancy test to find out that, yes, they do have a new baby on the way. And we also find out in this scene that Audra has a 7-year-old son that's going to now be a big brother, and they're really excited. They decide to not tell the group because they need to tell their family first. So the group is sitting around getting ready for dinner, and they're talking. And Toya is telling them that she would like their next group trip to be at a nudist camp. When the U-Haul drivers arrive, Anila and Kieran arrive, and Jackie shows them to their room. They get settled in and set up, and Anila is in the room carrying on about close the blinds because, I can't take it, and where's the camera? I know you ain't worried about a camera in an Airbnb when you wouldn't turn the cameras on in your own house. So they go downstairs and join the group, and as they're all talking, they ask Anila how she's doing, and she says, I'm getting through it. Just in that moment, she looked like Eeyore. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't have compassion for what she's been through. I understand. But it just gave very much Eeyore. We're getting through it. I kind of don't buy her story either. I ain't gonna lie. I can't tell y'all no word lie. Something about it. There's something about Anila that is, that just don't give me completely honest, transparent, trustworthy. So she's telling them how they had to leave their home for 2 weeks and go stay with her mom, and her daughter is having nightmares every night. And as Toya is saying, yeah, I'm sorry to hear that you and your family went through that, but Anila said, I have one question. I would like to know if anybody thinks that this was a setup. And the episode comes to an end with Toya saying, well, girl, I don't know what you'll do because I don't know you. Toya said, you will not set me up for accessory after the fact. I don't know you. I don't know what kind of flim-flam scams you be running. And I don't know what you're capable of. And it looks like they'll continue this game of Clue next week trying to figure out who done it. Child, it's a mess and a time. I'm so happy to live in my little regular house in my little regular neighborhood because they got too much HOA drama for me. But that's it. That's all, and I ain't got no more. Thank you so much for coming down here, listening to me, and letting me get this off my chest. Please be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you have not already. And As always, in the meantime, until next time, I love you and I mean it. Bye.